Cartless. Fun writing prompt number 4. If you were mayor of any city, what laws would you implement towards the homeless and those who have mental health challenges? What symbols would you create? So, let's say that you were the mayor of Riverside, and you were going to make laws that had to speak to the homeless. What laws would you make? Would you make it unlawful for people to do code enforcement? Would you reestablish a different way of code enforcement interacts with people that are homeless? What would you do? Let's write it down. And then if you were to create, let's say that you would create a committee that were to be a go-between between code enforcement and homeless individuals. Would you create a symbol? Would you create a brand? Would you create a logo and also meetings so that they could come together and talk to each other or have a symposium? Or would you have the code enforcement spend time outside for 2 days to see so they can understand what it feels like to be homeless? What would you do? Let's write it down. Let's draw the symbol. Let's have a little bit of fun. Would you have a symbol of a shopping cart that's getting taken away? Would you have a symbol of a tent city? Would you have a symbol of hotels or an apartment or an interior of a fireplace with other images of inside? How would you implement homeless reform in the city of your choice? You could be in Long Beach, Temecula, Riverside. What would you do? What messages would you promote? Let's write it down. All right, let's take a breathe break. I'm going to read a little bit of poetry. A poem by Chagolla. This is my story, which is to me a problem. I am a 53-year-old woman, and I'm homeless. Being homeless is another story, but let me stick to this one that I'm about to write down. Being homeless for 3 years has taken a toll on me. I've been working for at least 40 years, off and on. So now that I'm homeless, I have a job that I've been trying to manage for 2 years. It seems to be getting harder for my appearance to look professional at work. Also, I've lost a lot of friends for being homeless. I really haven't been able to supply my kids and grandkids a safe grandma's home to go to, which led to my son getting 13 years in prison and my other son, and it was hard with no money. I could go on and on. But if I had a home, I wouldn't have such a deep problem of my family breaking apart. So this is just a few things that have me almost on crazy status, and I can't think of a way to solve it. Homeless on Healing, Chagolla. Okay. That's from Cartless, the magazine, 3rd edition. The one that we're working on right now, it will be used for future editions. So we're going to make a collage, but we're going to do something interesting. We're going to use just 2 magazines. Just 2, okay? So I'm going to create a collage of, it says your next home, but I'm going to work on words that make me feel good, because you can create a collage based on anything. But it does say create a collage of your next home, so you can put things about your house, things about your living situation, people that you want in your home. Do you want to have a home at all? Some people don't. Some people think that being outside is okay. It can be dangerous, it can be hard, but it can be done. That's up to you. What you want to do with your collage and what you want to do with your life, of course. Of course, you know this. So I have a really cool magazine. It's a Time magazine, Woman of the Year. And I also have a poets and writers magazine. So I'm going to what you're going to need is 2 magazines, some scissors, and some glue. I want to have sleepovers. I want people to come over, have hot cocoa, and spend time in front of a fireplace. I do not have a fireplace. I also want in my life a piano. I had a woman, her name was Miss Corrine. She would do my hair from 4 people have done my hair. She was one of them. And she had a piano in her house, and I did not appreciate it. As a teenager, as a young person, I was someone that was like, it's okay, I'm bored, I want to leave, I don't want to learn how to do chords. The woman had a piano in her house, African American woman, in her 50s. It wasn't upright, it wasn't a grand, but it was still a piano. And now it's like I want one of my own. And I know that that's like, it's impossible, but people give away pianos for free. They really do. But you have to transport it. You have to transport it yourself. You have to get it tuned. You have to have it upkeep. But that's what I want to have in my next home. Sleepovers. Who are we when we have a home? What does it look like?